too.
And now live from Curious Comedy Theater in Portland, Oregon, where tonight we spring forward to June. It's Late Night Special! Portland Opera's principal accompanist and performer, David Saffert. Comedian, Becky Braunstein. House band, the Laugh Tracks. And your hosts, Stacey, hello, and Jay, Blue Valley.
Oh my God! Hello. Wow. Hey, welcome to Late Night Special. Oh my God, so much going on.
So much. This week has flown by. Has it been for you guys? Like just blink of the eye. Feel like spring's coming. My energy's back and
Yeah.
busy.
And also Friday was International Women's Day. Yeah, so for International Women's Days, corporations everywhere took the time to tell women to stand tall, stay strong, express your heart, make connections, be yourself, and please, please, please buy this thing we colored pink.
Yeah, nothing more empowering than pink products.
With a pink tax.
Yeah, and in return, women everywhere gave humanity the gift of not burning this shit to the ground.
Oh!
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay, well, Governor John Hickenlooper announced his candidacy for the Democratic nomination in 2020, immediately becoming the candidate whose name was taken from a Dr. Seuss book.
Oh, the places you'll go.
Like sixth in the Iowa caucus.
Yeah, there we go, yeah.
Last weekend, President Trump gave the longest speech of his presidency at CPAC, the Conservative Movement Conference. The speech was almost 2 full hours long. Some historians say it was almost as long as the inaugural speech of William Henry Harrison, and he died of pneumonia a month later. So, fingers crossed!
The decency to die. All right, so now Roger Stone this week violated the government-sanctioned gag order by sharing an Instagram of himself with the caption, "Who framed Roger Stone?" Now authorities later forced him to change it to actually "No Country for Old Men." Yeah.
That's right. Get out, old man. We're sick of you. Okay. The Democratic National Committee rejected Fox News as a host for the candidate debates in 2020 after a New Yorker article accused them of working hand in hand with President Trump on policy. Democrats argued that Sean Hannity's first question would have been, "How socialist are you on a scale from Stalin to Mao?" Followed up by Tucker Carlson asking, "Now, why can't I say the N-word?"
Yeah, he would say that.
He would
yeah,
say
he would
that.
ask that, yeah. Now this week, a man and his dog were rescued from a snowed-in car, having survived on 5 days of only eating Taco Bell hot sauce packets. Yeah. Now this, of course, ketchup packets in kitchen drawers across the country breathed a sigh of relief knowing that this story would give them another safe 5 years.
Yeah. Save those ketchup packets.
Yeah.
Climate change. Harley Davidson purchased a children's electric bike maker in hope of tapping into a younger audience. The new Harley Kids bikes will be available as part of a package that will also feature a small leather jacket, temporary tattoos, and a juvenile assault charge.
Yes.
It's going to be the hot present for Christmas this year.
I want it. All right. Now, at a meeting of his American Workplace Policy Advisory Board this week, Donald Trump called Apple CEO Tim Cook Tim Apple. Now, in fairness, many CEOs indeed take their name from their company, like Bill Microsoft, to Jeff Amazon, to Ronald McDonald. Now, we would say something about Donald Russia here, but he doesn't run them, they run him.
Yeah, they do.
What the country.
Yeah. In sad news, on Wednesday, Alex Trebek shared that he has been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yes, Jay.
What is the saddest news I've ever heard in my life?
That is correct. Everybody's sad now. The co-inventor of the world's first handheld electric calculator died this week. His headstone, when turned upside down, will spell the word boobs.
Yeah. His legacy.
Yeah.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, okay, finally, in Belgium this week, race officials had to stop a female cyclist who had broken from the women's peloton and caught up to the men's group. Now, when asked, her comment was, well, it's so weird because usually men finish way before us.
It's late night special! Give it up for Laugh Tracks over there. And our lovely announcer, Bill McKinley.
He's a gem.
He is a gem. He is one of the most versatile people, comedians, writers, improvisers. He's
Dancers.
awesome. Dancer.
Lover.
Buzzing.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
I asked his girlfriend. That's all.
I
just asked his
cannot
girlfriend.
vouch for that today.
Yeah. I am very excited for our show.
Today, it's you all are in just for a treat, a neat treat.
Yeah, it's the David Saffert Show.
David Saffert!
Many of you know David. If you don't, you're going to be so glad you're here because you're going to get to know him a little bit and you're going to want to know him more.
Yeah, does anyone listen to 89.9 on the radio? You have heard,
you go.
you have heard
that lady.
David Saffert playing piano on that radio station.
Yeah, and he's been a part of Curious since the very beginning.
Day
Yeah.
one.
And just super talented, another all-around, versatile, talented person. And one of my favorite people in comics, Becky Braunstein. And
Yes! I love Becky Braunstein.
me too. How's your week, Jay?
It's going so well. I got 2 gifts today.
Today?
Yeah, I got a bath bomb. So, yay, yeah. Who's into bath bombs?
It's not actually a bomb. It's just a thing that melts and makes it, they're like, what?
Yeah, I got a bath bomb from a dear friend, and then I also was given this Slytherin tie.
What? And as we
Yeah.
know, you are Slytherin.
I am a Slytherin, I'm a proud Slytherin.
And I am Ravenclaw, and
Yeah?
I don't know what that means. But I took the quiz, so I wouldn't feel left out.
Yeah, so I just got some gifts. Things are good. I had a doctor's appointment on Monday.
How'd that go?
It went really well. It was just a checkup, OHP, you know, it's all happening. Yeah. He was impressed with my health and vigor, and I floss. I told him all about it.
OHP, where your doctor is your dentist.
Yes. Yes.
So
He
I'm your
did-
primary care physician. I do it all.
Well, he did, of course, weight body shame me. But I think I think that's just standard in Western medicine. I think you get a layer
I
of
think
it.
that's changing. For some doctors are becoming aware of
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I didn't internalize it,
Okay,
because
good.
he was like, well, my chart says that you're overweight, and I was like, I'm 6'4", and he was like, you should be like low 200s, and I was like, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I don't care what your chart says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so he was like, you should weigh this, and I was like, I did at one point weigh that, and I said it was uncomfortable, and he was like, why? And I was like, I was a bag of bones, like.
Yeah.
I looked great. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But that's it. Like when I've, my weight fluctuates pretty steeply, and when I've been on the lower end, people are always like, "You look great. What'd you do?" I'm like, "Stress and cigarettes." So not feeling great, but at least I'm skinny. So terrible. It's terrible.
How was your week? What
My
did you do?
week's been so crazy.
Why?
We just opened a second space right through that hallway. We have a new stage, a little 60-seat theater.
Yeah. What's it called?
It's called the Curious Annex.
Oh, what a great name.
Yeah. And it'll be cool. It'll be very different, smaller, and 60 seats, and it's all white. It's a white box theater with movable risers and
And
a
you
sprung
opened, it
floor.
opened yesterday.
It opened yesterday. It did, yeah. And check it out. There's a show running in there called How to Really, Really Please a Woman. And it's all about cunnilingus. So
Well, if
you guys, that's going down on a woman. Everybody's like, what? But it's very informative, and she's a great performer. She's traveled all over, so that's going on over there right now.
What a way to kickstart the the new annex.
Yeah.
I wanted to say lick start, but I didn't.
No, you were right the first time.
I feel like part of that, like you guys said, you seem like you understood spring's coming, right? You guys feeling it?
Yeah.
Like the crowds here lately have been like raunchy. You know, the suggestions
like,
have been a little dirty. You
yeah.
know, give me a suggestion. People like.
What?
Don't leave us hanging.
Dildos. Yeah. Butt stuff.
Well, what is the? So you're an improviser.
Yes.
What's the raunchiest suggestion that's been thrown out there for you that you like?
Well, the number one suggestion always has been dildo.
Dildo, yeah.
So much so that Second City in Chicago, which kind of is the original home of improvisation, one of their shows set up balloons in a balloon net for like 6 months, and anytime somebody said dildo as a suggestion, they'd release the balloons and come out with a crown and a sash and flowers and be like, you're the 1 millionth person to say dildo. Which is a horrible way to shame your audience member who was just so excited, like, this is gonna be so funny, I yelled dildo! And then like, oh no.
Yeah.
Proctologist number 2.
Well, no, but like you personally, like you
What's
like.
the raunchiest? God, that's a good question. Well, I just wanted to point out that the third most common is pineapple.
Yeah.
And that's got sexual overtones, but it's just emerged.
Wait, what?
You've never heard that?
No.
No.
That if you eat pineapple, you taste
okay.
better.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I'll give you all a
makes
second to
sense.
discuss amongst yourselves. Everybody's like, well, maybe we should start eating
Yeah, like,
pineapple.
Garçon, pineapple.
Pineapple all around.
Yeah.
We're gonna have an orgy later
It was in
tonight.
the Tommy Lee autobiography, so it must
Is
be
that
true.
is that where it came from? But it like came like it became part of the cultural. I don't know, pineapple.
Well, I mean, pineapple
But-
is an international symbol of welcome, and
Yeah, but I. Is that true?
it is true. And
that-
welcome home.
All right. So I've been kind of oblivious because I've been, busy getting
Eating
that
pineapple.
place. Yeah, eating. I've been working over there and going home and yeah, working out my
Well,
stress.
you've been doing an amazing job. Let's get a round of applause for Stacey for making this annex happen. It's true. I mean, there's two venues at Curious. It's
And
already rented out.
I had to
something.
learn how to use 3 different, massive machines this week. I started by trying to grind the concrete floors. Has anyone ever ground a concrete floor? It would take years to finish 1,000 square feet. So we returned that, and then I got this buffer, and the guy kept warning me, like, are you sure? Are you sure? Like, if you go up this way, it goes off that way. It'd start in the middle of the room, or you're gonna put a hole in your walls. And there were 3 of us, trying to, tame it like a wild horse. And who's got it? Who's got it? And then I got it, and I was the only one who could control it.
Wow.
And then I fell really in love with it. We had a special bond. I'm like, yeah, get that glue. You bitch glue. We're gonna get you off the floor.
Was it like I only respond to you?
It was. It was a very
Because you were like, I'm dominant.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's how it was.
You had to break it in like a stallion.
I did,
Yeah.
and then I had to return it.
And it was like,
It was like a
"Please."
heartbreaking
I
end.
trusted you.
The Black Stallion ending. Anyway, so I've been oblivious to
So
what.
you put it down, is that what you're saying?
I did. I couldn't bring myself to return it.
Yeah.
So I shot it
If I
in the
can't-
backyard.
If I can't have you, no one can.
I don't even know how
That's
to.
not healthy.
Don't shame my passion,
Sorry.
Bill. But I've been oblivious to what's going on in the news, and it seems like what's going on in the news is everyone and anyone is putting their hat in the ring for the Democratic nomination
A lot.
in 2020. So I've completely lost track, and I don't know if you all have. I'm imagining many of you are in that same boat. So we've prepared a little primer for you all that is a list of the candidates.
Up-to-date list.
Up to date,
list.
the current to today.
These are people who have
I've got my pen and my paper, and I'm gonna
Oh.
keep up, and we're gonna throw it to our expert in all things, Bill McKinley.
Your potential nominees in 2020: John Hickenlooper, Jay Inslee, Kamala Harris, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Julian Castro, Pete Buttigieg, Kirsten Gillibrand, Amy Klobuchar, John Delaney, Andrew Yang, Marianne Williamson, Marianne Faithfull, Marianne the Librarian, Mary Queen of Scots, Scott Bakula, Count Dracula, Count Dracula, Count Von Count, Cookie Monster, Gritty, the San Diego Chicken, the Chicago Bean, the New York State of Mind, a half-eaten Subway sandwich, a Clawhammer, MC Clawhammer, the Notre Dame Leprechaun, the Lucky Charms Leprechaun, the horror movie Leprechaun, 3 ants in a tiny trench coat, 2 drummers, desk and a name, book of Poirot, Walt Whitman, book of Poirot, Jewel, just dog dressed like a shark dressed like a cat, and a piece of toast that looks like Abe Lincoln if you squint, any of whom would be better than Donald Trump. Also, Tulsi Gabbard is running.
Yay! Bill McKinley!
Wow.
It's just gonna get longer, people.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, Amy Klobuchar, I'm really into her. the
Yeah, I'm
Minnesota
into
lady.
Mary Queen of Scots
Oh.
right now.
She's got a good head on her shoulders.
Boo!
Sorry. No.
Too soon.
Too soon. Too soon. A lot of royalists in the audience tonight. Oh.
Oh boy. So last week we played a fun game, Get to Know Us.
Yes.
I really enjoyed that. And
Did you eat it?
Did you eat it? Where we learned that you ate lamb steaks in Paris.
Yeah.
And I ate milk bones and Play-Doh.
Yeah.
In Chelmsford, Massachusetts, where I grew up. So he said, woo, like they know Chelmsford. Anyone from Chelmsford? No.
Somebody
Just
blew.
wishes she was.
Thank you. That's what we were all thinking. No. It's a tiny little town, also known as Chelmsford, where you smoke fucking Marlboros in the bathroom with your ma.
Cool.
That's where I'm from.
I'm from Gresham.
Hey, Gresham is the gateway city.
To meth.
But we're going to get to know you a little bit better tonight,
Oh, yes.
Jay. We're just
Yes,
going to
yes,
focus
yes.
our get to know you on you. But we're going to play a little game, and I need someone in the audience to play against. And you could win a prize if you win, if you beat me at this game.
But you can't just pick anybody. You have to pick somebody who's...
Yes, and if you lose, you have to leave the show and never come back.
Whoa!
No, I'm just kidding.
Permanent ban.
You'll get a prize just for playing. We're looking for somebody. Jay, you were born in?
1984.
Great. So this is going to be for the people in that sort of transition millennial time. Anybody born in like that era, 1983, 84, 85? Come on up.
Just
Come on up. Play with us. Come on up.
Is somebody coming?
Are they coming?
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming from all the way in the back.
Anywhere. But take the longest way, whatever you do, yeah.
So, what's your name?
Yeah, what is your name? Alana. Alana? Hey, give Alana a round of applause.
Alana, come on over. Have a seat, Alana. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Have a seat.
Oh,
Have a seat.
85. Yeah, 85.
Oh, and I get a mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get a
The
mic.
internet has to hear you.
Great. So back in the late 90s, early aughts, people made some bad decisions, stylistically and otherwise, and trends. I don't know if you were amongst them. You seem like a very, very stylish person.
Thank you.
So
Well, at least right now.
Yeah, exactly. This leads me to think maybe you were susceptible to trends at the time, so you'll be aware of these things in a game we call Trending Topics.
Trending topics, things you're talking about.
Bill McKinley! You see, I told you he had many talents. He's also a singer of jingles. All right, so we're going to take a look at these awful trends from the late 90s, early aughts, and we're going to guess whether Jay hopped on the bandwagon of these trends or not.
Yeah.
And then you and I will vote, and we'll see who does better.
Okay.
The first one, did Jay wear Janko jeans?
Yeah.
Wow.
What is in my body that would indicate?
I say yes, because he had the legs to pull him off, right? You're tall. No one could pull him off, but if anyone could. You think yes? I think yes as well. Jay, did you wear Janko jeans?
I did not.
No!
I wanted them so bad. And I was like, please, Mom and Dad, I need these Jinkos. And they were like, what the fuck is that? And they said no.
No.
Because they're really expensive. Did
I was
anybody
gonna say-
get a pair?
It's out of that Gresham budget.
Yeah, they were too expensive.
Wait, you said yes over there? Yeah.
We're not going to make you this.
That
space.
proves you owned a pair.
By round of applause, who did wear Janko jeans here? Anyone? They're all afraid. You're all cowards. At least 3 of you
I
did.
still think they're kind of cool.
Yeah, they'll come back.
Yeah.
They'll come back.
Did you wear them?
Okay,
I would wear them now.
question number 2. Did Jay have a beeper? Which I'm old enough to call a pager.
I would say yes, of course.
You say yes?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
The answer is yes.
Oh!
And I had to call
You
my
got
parents.
that one. You did.
I had to call my
1-0.
parents back
1-0.
right away. Yeah.
The 911.
The 911.
Yep.
And one time,
I miss you.
Yeah. And then my dad had a pager, and one time I misused the 911, and it was like, pick up some flour, and he was like, don't ever do that again.
That's great. And you had one as well?
I did, yes.
You did?
I use the 143 all the time.
This means nothing to me. I'm 47. I don't know anything of these things. Yeah, I had a phone attached to the wall. They used to be that way, you guys. Did Jay ride a razor scooter?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes, just to be contrary. Jay?
Answer is no.
Oh, I was getting my ass kicked.
I rode a horse. I did.
Is that true?
That's true, yeah.
Did you go to like a stable?
Well, I lived in Boring, Oregon, near Estacada, which we would call Incestacada, but
Oh.
yeah. So we had horses, and I rode horses.
And had sex with them.
No.
Okay.
No.
2-0. Okay. Did Jay have a Livestrong bracelet? Yes. I'm going to say yes.
I feel like I should go with the majority and say yes.
Jay?
How dare you? No, I would never wear that.
Okay.
I knew he was doping. I just knew it.
Yeah. Well, Lana, you lose a point right there, so it's 1-0 now. I'm just trying to, I'm in control of the points.
Okay.
I don't want to lose too badly. 2-0, it's 2-0. Did Jay Fluelling have frosted tips? That's unanimous, yes. I'll say yes.
I'll go with yes.
It was a no.
Oh!
But I will say I wanted them
You
really
wanted it.
bad. Yeah.
They're too expensive.
Not allowed because of God.
Oh.
But how does that work?
It just wasn't
Because
allowed.
of God.
It wasn't allowed. God said no.
God's like, frosted tips and Janko jeans are the devil.
I think it was like kind of like this, and then you're just gonna be gay.
Too late.
Yeah. But
All right.
jury's out.
Did Jay have a Tamagotchi?
I'm going to say no.
I will say
Somebody said I have a Tamagotchi.
this person is finally courageous enough. Did you kill it? Did you kill it?
No.
You kept it alive?
Oh, yeah.
You're very proud of it. Good for you. Yours died. She's like, mine died. I killed it. I'm going to say yes, just to go against the grain. You said no?
I said no.
Jay?
I did not have a Tamagotchi.
Jay, you didn't do any of this shit except have a beeper like a badass admin that you are. It's like business, like all business. All right, 2 more. So I only have, this is my last
Gotta catch
chance.
up here.
Did Jay break out his Heelys?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to also say no.
Yeah.
No is right. I missed the Heely. I missed the Heely thing.
Wouldn't work when you're riding horses.
Yeah.
Last question. Did Jay Fluelling rock the Rachel haircut? I'm
No.
going to say yes.
I'm going to say no.
I did.
You're lying. You didn't even know what that was this afternoon.
Yeah, no.
Well, you have beat me soundly, Lana. You win 2 free tickets to come on Vegas.
Oh, my God.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And give it up for Jay
What a-
Fluelling.
Yes, yeah.
Now the Rachel haircut, that did span over my time as well. Because, you know, Friends was on a real long time. And she had that haircut the entire time.
Yeah. I had a
All right.
Walkman.
You had a Walkman?
Yeah.
Like a disc man?
Or like
I had a
a-
Walkman and a Discman, and then I had a Nokia phone.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a Volvo, which. Yeah.
But
I had a Nova that didn't go in reverse. My parents are incredible. Like every time I left the house, my dad would say, fasten your seatbelt and don't take any risks. Every time I left my house. But then gave me a car in high school that didn't go in reverse. And twice, you know, I'd always have to park like where there was a driveway or something, make sure I never got parked in. Twice I accidentally got myself like into somebody's driveway and then had to drive over their yard and then push my car.
Was there a neutral so you could just push it out?
Yeah, put in neutral and I'd have to go out
Oh,
like
okay.
push it out. 17-year-old me.
Novas are a cool car. That's
It was a
car.
cool, yeah, little Chevy
Were you
Nova.
like just bebopping around? Like,
I was.
I'm Stacy, watch out.
Yeah, David Rocktis and I were in a lot of honors classes.
I know him.
You do not.
I don't.
He lived down the street. He was very buttoned up kind of guy. He finished like college in two years. I remember passing him in my Nova that didn't go in reverse with the music blasting, my foot out the window, and he was in like a BMW in a suit, like all, you know, with air conditioning.
You were driving with your foot out the window?
Of course I was. How else do you drive,
Yeah.
Jane, when you're 17 years old? All right, I'm ready to bring on our guest of honor for this week's show. Are you guys ready for some amazing music? Are you guys ready for some amazing music? I can't
He's gonna knock your dick in the dirt.
tell. Friends and lovers, please give an amazing welcome to Mr. David Saffert. They are sparkly.
David, I love you.
What do you call that one? Chopsticks?
That's called chopsticks.
Who's that by? That's Beethoven.
It's actually, it's an old, I don't know how old it is. I think it was written by a 13-year-old. Actually, like the actual chopsticks tune, I think it was called the Chopsticks Waltz. I don't know what, I think it's like from the 1800s. But that was by Liberace. That was,
yeah, and so let's launch into. So I mean, first of all, it's super exciting to have you here. You know, I love you dearly and admire and respect all your talent. We're so lucky to have you. You can apply one more time just for that wonderful performance. And I mentioned, like, David literally was part of this when this was just a concrete square.
Yeah, which wall did you paint?
Which the stage was over there. So this whole wall,
that whole
exit
yellow
sign,
wall.
my partner and I were up on
Scissor lift.
rickety something.
It was a scissor lift.
It was
wasn't
scissor lift.
rickety. You were just scared.
But part of the scissor lift would like come out, which went over nothing. So I was usually over nothing.
Yes.
Up there about as high as you can go, painting gold or whatever it is.
And like it's been very similar over there right now of just like scrappy getting it together. So I've been thinking of those times
but
again.
But this is the prettiest theater in town.
Yes,
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, we remodeled 2 years ago, so it's newer for you in this new incarnation. And David was in a lot of our early shows as an improviser. And remember when we did Sam Adams, and we did this musical before the Sam Adams scandal, when we were all still excited that we had the first openly gay mayor.
Right.
And it was a musical, and Sam Adams would always come in and be like the Deus Ex Machina, would solve all the problems, and you'd almost always play Sam Adams.
That's right. No matter how screwed up we got and we couldn't figure out how to end it, Sam Adams came in
and solved all the problems.
Yeah. Well, but the Liberace tune, like, you are an accomplished Liberace impersonator.
Right.
I try. I'm trying.
Well, and it started with your birthday shows.
I used to do over there in
when
this
the
area when the
over
stage
there.
was over there. As part of Fertile Ground, which happens every January. My birthday lands around Fertile Ground, and you were the one, I had talked about, hey, I want to have my own show, and you said you could do it here for Fertile Ground. And so I would come up with these variety shows. I was working at Oregon Ballet Theater and Portland Opera, and so it was this highbrow and lowbrow mix of, like kind of crude stuff, and then you'd have like these ballet boys, looking amazing. Or you'd have like an opera singer or something. But it was a variety show.
Yeah.
And eventually I met Jillian Snow Harris, who is here somewhere, who's a Liza Minnelli tribute artist.
Yeah.
And I wanted her in one of my birthday shows, and my friend Sam used to do a really funny Truman Capote. Sam Adams. Who did a great Truman Capote. And then I was I was like, well, what am I gonna do? I have these people playing all these fun, crazy people. And then my friend Sam was like, you should play Liberace. But
we used to always say you were like the new generation Liberace, because you're such a brilliant pianist and showman in what you do. Yeah, and I'm going to point out just specifics. And your lowbrow side was 2 dinosaur puppets fucking to Jurassic Park. That was one of the bits in one of your variety shows. Yeah. That was great.
That is true.
And then highbrow, you were they from the Portland Symphony? Or you had?
Oh, we had violin and cello.
And and you were playing Rachmaninoff?
We were doing some Shostakovich. Yeah, some like Russian.
And it was so intense. Seriously, it was when I first realized what rest in a song actually means, because they'd all be like sweating and playing super hard, and they'd get to a rest, and you'd watch them all pause and go, and then just dive back into the most like athletic classical music I ever saw. It was so amazing. So that was on the highbrow side as well.
That was the highbrow.
But then you became Liberace, and you've been doing these sold out Liberace shows.
We've been really lucky. I'm glad people remember who Liberace is. We're celebrating Liberace's 100th birthday this May. He was one of the greatest entertainers, one of the richest entertainers. I forget what year, I believe in the or maybe late 50s or 60s, that he opened the Riviera in Las Vegas. He cut the ribbon on this great casino doesn't exist anymore, and he was making $50,000 a week. And the thing is that year he was making $50,000. By today's standards, that's $450,000 a week.
Wow.
That he was making. He was the richest piano player. He was the richest entertainer in the world.
Amazing. And now you're surpassing him in that. In today's money,
I have one apartment, one dog.
I heard a rumor that this very jacket was his jacket.
That's correct. I was down. Jillian is. Hey, do you like the coat?
yes, it's amazing.
That's what he'd say. Do you like the coat?
Did he have it cut out of his sofa?
You think, right?
Yeah. Or did Julie Andrews make it out of the curtains?
I had the good fortune of.
It's beautiful. I'm just kidding.
Thank you. I've been lucky that when I started playing Liberace, I met a man in town who was Liberace's music director for 13 years. He claims to have done around 5,000 shows with Liberace, like conducting and arranging the music. And then another odd thing is a friend of mine is dating one of Liberace's costumer's great-granddaughters. And so I met this girl, and I met her dad, and her dad's like, I have this coat that my grandfather made for Liberace, and he says, I still have it. I wore it, it was tailored for him, given to him. He wore it, and then he gave it back, and then this guy happened to wear it to his wedding, and he says, I have it in my possession. And he lives in San Francisco, and we did a show down at Feinstein's at the Nico last September, and he came, because he lives there, and he had this coat draped around his arm, and he gave it to me.
Amazing.
And
it fits you.
It fits me. It was tailored. He had it brought in because Liberace was
a fatty.
Wait, didn't we start this talking about body shaming?
My doctor.
Yeah, send him to your doctor. Jeez.
We were probably the same build at one time. And then, like all of us.
And what about the costume you're wearing in the promo photo, the classic Masters photo? Yeah.
I had a friend. Thank you. My friend, I don't wear that as Liberace. I could. My friend Gary.
That's Sunday mornings.
Yeah. My friend Gary Norman wanted to do some Rembrandt lighting photography. And since I have worked at Portland Opera, he's like, do you have anything like Elizabethan at home? And I'm like, no, but I know a place I could get something. And so I asked the opera, like, could I, rent something or loan something out? And so they gave me that outfit.
Awesome.
And we just had like a little hour shoot.
And he's Gary Norman does a lot of great photography.
He does a lot of great headshots, and it looks like a painting.
It does. It's beautiful. Yeah. Well, we want to play a game with you, David.
You do?
Yeah. We were hoping you'd help us play a little Name That Tune. Can you name that tune?
The late night.
Come on over here. Do you want to get an audience member?
But we don't need just any audience member. We need somebody who knows music. Somebody who's like a music
Who thinks they can kill it at Name That Tune?
Yeah.
Someone's volunteering someone they're with. And the person going, no.
Anybody who knows music.
What's that?
You have to be like an expert.
It's going to be a range of music.
Yeah.
It's not all going to be classical music. It's gonna be garbage music.
All right, I think this guy. Get this guy.
Yes.
There's some stairs over here. I'm gonna take the stairs up.
He's gonna do it.
All right, you got it. You got it. There you go. What's your name?
What's your name?
Max. Nice to meet you, Max.
Max. So you take a seat.
I love that the question was: is it gonna be pop music or is it gonna be garbage music?
Whoa.
Is there really? No, it's okay. All right, Max. so you are a music fan? Fan of music?
Yeah.
What is there a particular? Is that on? Is there a particular genre of music that you favor? That is on. Just hold it close to your face.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Are you a musician yourself?
Struggling.
Yeah. Are you in a band?
No.
Okay.
Are you hungry?
Start with that, okay? Get some friends, Max. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing.
That hurts.
Do you play solo music?
Yes.
Do you write as well?
No.
No. What do you play guitar or?
Guitar.
Yeah, excellent. Max, you're adorable.
Thank you.
I just gotta tell you, you are adorable. Okay, so we're all gonna play up here.
Bill's
All
gonna play,
four of
yeah,
us.
yeah.
I've already lost soundly once, so let's see if I can do it again.
All right, so what I decided for Name This Tune is I took songs that are generally in major keys, which means like something very happy,
Okay.
you know, like, and I decided to put them in minor keys
Oh, good.
and make them sad. So you have to figure out what these tunes are, but they're in sad keys.
So you took songs we might guess
Yes.
and turned them into songs we could never guess.
Right.
Okay. Good. Where's that for that? Okay.
So, okay, I will start with something easy though.
Okay.
All right, so this one's easy.
Twinkle, Little Star.
Oh,
That's
wow.
it. All right, yeah,
Oh, wow.
right. All right, so
Okay.
it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's
It's
easy.
creepy.
Where were you, Matt?
That was a freebie.
It's not just sad. It gets
No more freebies.
It's creepy.
Okay, so here we go. This is very famous in the 80s.
Okay. Hands up. Cheers theme.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's the dark side of alcoholism.
All right, so that,
I didn't even What, Cheers theme
Cheers
song?
theme songs.
No, everybody knows.
Did he ask what Cheers was? You know Cheers.
I know what Cheers is.
You know what
Max,
Cheers
do you know
is.
what Cheers is?
Cheers.
You're exactly right, honey. You're exactly right. Everything you say is right, Max.
Most adorable thing I've ever heard. Okay, here's another one.
Chariots of Fire.
Oh, damn it! I was just behind you.
I was like, Enter
Wow.
Sandman?
Finally, stuff from my generation.
Yeah.
Bill and I are crushing it.
Okay. This is a hard one.
Moonlight Sonata.
No, it's not.
Oh, isn't it right? What's
Send in the Clowns.
Yeah!
Yes.
Does he have a list?
Bill knows everything.
Bill has a list.
So it's 3-1 to 0-0. Creative scoring.
This is from a TV show.
Okay. Addams Family. Munsters. Courtship of Eddie's father. I know.
Friends.
Anyone? Anyone?
Friends! No, it's not Friends!
Somebody's got their hand up. Yeah.
Ross.
What is it?
Andy Griffith's show, yeah!
Yeah.
But sexy!
Yeah, very sexy.
Sexy Andy Griffith.
Thank you.
Take me down Mulberry Lane. Max, that lady's kicking your ass. Step it up, buddy. Step it up. Okay. All right. I almost knocked my water over with my big old head. Okay.
All right, here's a good tune. I'm from Wisconsin, so this
Okay.
is a good tune from. Really?
Could you guys hear his accent?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Scotty's in the house.
Wisconsin.
That was terrifying.
The Beer Bell Polka.
Midwest right there.
All right.
He's from Ohio.
Big Ten country.
Oh, yeah. Okay, last one.
Okay.
Last one.
New York.
Stars spreading.
In the news.
Another sexy.
Yeah. Max, come on down. Oh my God, Max, you did so well.
She's not pitying you, man. It's good.
No, man, you crushed it. You are the most adorable guest we've ever had on the show. And you also will get 2 free tickets.
Yeah!
Come on back. Do you live here in town?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
He's my housemate.
Oh, you know him. You brought in a ringer.
I did.
Yeah.
He really helped.
Friends and lovers, give it up for Max. Thank you, Max. Thank you, David. That was amazing.
Are you gonna play one more song?
Yeah, you
for
want to
us?
play an actual?
Do you want one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want the song from the movie Shine.
Oh my God, that's so random.
That's like, no. God, I just want to play sexy Andy Griffith for the rest of the night.
I'm ready. Okay.
So, coming to CBS this fall.
David Saffert and Stacey Hillel are sexy and Griffith.
And Jay and Max do nothing.
I'd like to end with a tune that Liberace would end every show with. He called this his theme song. It wasn't written for him, it already existed, but he owned it. And this is how Liberace would end every song. Normally a band would play it, he'd have a microphone, he'd be in some insane outfit and walking around, you know, shaking your hands and telling you how pretty your rings look and all that. But this is the last song that he would always sing. I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut tree, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's bright and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon. But I'll be seeing you. Thank you.
Where can people find you, David?
You can find me at my apartment. Next Lovejoy.
If people want to see your show.
Oh, I see. We have a website. It's if you look up Liberace and Liza, and you put Portland, like we're the only Liberace and Liza in the world.
No.
Believe it or not. But it's insequencepdx.com.
Great.
If you want to come catch shows.
Great.
So,
David Saffert.
And you are 100% 100% going to want to check out that show. They're incredible. The Liberace is great. The Liza Minnelli is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, she is.
She's incredible.
She's here.
All of my parents, like anytime my parents are in town or like they do a Christmas show, we usually go. So check it out.
All right. Well, now we have a very serious piece that we want to share with you.
We had to do the good to kind of get to the.
Yeah, we're not afraid of tackling big issues on Late Night Special.
No.
And one of our writers has been struggling with something that happened in the news this week.
It happens to a lot of people.
It does. And she just wanted to share it and hopefully not just as a catharsis for herself, but for others as well.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Please welcome Becca Wolfinger, ladies.
Is my mic on correctly?
Yes, you sound good.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Stacey and Jay. I'm nervous. For giving me this time and this platform to talk about something that is deeply personal to me. There's a condition I've been struggling with ever since I was a little preteen girl. It got better for a while, but with recent news circulating, I've been struggling all over again. I'm not coming forward for your sympathy or your pity, but rather hoping that having the courage to speak about this issue would inspire others like me to know you aren't alone. And what I've been struggling with, I'm sorry, this is really,
It's okay.
You're brave.
this is really hard. Am I attracted to the Jonas Brothers? Or do they just dress like lesbians?
Oh my God. So relatable.
You're so brave, Becca.
Thank you.
Take this time.
So if you guys haven't seen it, the Jonas Brothers recently came out with a music video for their new song Sucker, which featured all of their super hot ladies and was filmed in the same place as The Favorite. So now you can see why this would make a queer woman very confused, right?
You're not alone.
A music video hasn't made me that confused since I first saw Toxic. I mean, the bejeweled bodysuit, oh my God. Now, I know what you're thinking, this sounds an awful lot like, am I attracted to men or have I just been socialized to think I need a male presence in my life to feel fulfilled? But no, this is very different. This is, am I attracted to the Jonas Brothers? Or do they just dress like lesbians? Now, I'm aware that it's 2019, and we know that sexuality and gender expression are both spectrums rather than a black and white dichotomy. But this wasn't a concept I understood when I was 13, okay?
So amazing.
I didn't even know I was gay when I was 13. Does that look like the posture of a girl who has her sexuality figured out? No, it doesn't.
No.
No, it does not.
No.
No. It's like a confused posture. All I knew when I was 13, that I was obsessed with the green villain lady from Kim Possible. I liked Twilight a lot more than I knew I should. My favorite Jonas brother was Joe.
Yeah.
Joe. Arguably the one who looks the most like a lesbian. Now, I'm not the first to point out this comparison, but I will say, has anyone ever actually seen Joe and Catherine Modig in the same room? And if you don't know who that is or what this comparison means, you probably don't even care who killed Jenny. It was Tasha, okay? See, my theory is Jenny was already pushing Shane's buttons because that was the most disastrous match of all time. And then she showed her the video Carmen sent in for Bet and Tina's going away party, which Jenny obviously knew would upset Shane. And then Shane found where Jenny hid her jacket that the secret lady from Molly and the stolen negatives for Lay Girl. So when Shane showed Tina, they decided enough was enough and bitch had to die. So Bet lures Jenny up to the second story where they're doing construction on balcony. Then leaves while Alice calls Tasha, who with her military training does the dirty work, and shows up at the crime scene once the police are there to avoid any suspicion. And the gang all bands together to frame the actually innocent Hollywood starlet, Nikki Stevens. But again, this isn't how I think the L word ended. This is, am I attracted to the Jonas Brothers? Or do they just dress like lesbians? And for a very confused 13-year-old, I did my best to ignore this internal turmoil for the most part. I didn't have to worry if I wanted to have sex with the Jonas Brothers. Remember the purity rings? I do. They made a pact with God. They were non-sexual beings. But now, the Joe Bros have had the big sex, and we all need to come to terms with what that means to us as individuals and as a society.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay?
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
The bigger picture, all right? Now, if you ask me, Becca, would you like to be the melted cheese in the middle of a Nick and Priyanka sandwich? The answer would be, probably. Who wouldn't, you know? Would I like to be the meat, cheese, veggies, or condiments on a Joe and Sophie hoagie roll? Again, probably. And then there's Kevin, who doesn't really look like a lesbian. His wife is super hot, though. But if you ask me, would I like to be in a sexy Joe Bro soup? I would say, I don't know. Can you ever really know how you would react in such a situation? And that's why I've set up a GoFundMe page. To raise money for research. With your donations, I will attend one Jonas Brothers concert with a VIP meet and greet package and one Tegan and Sarah show for the control. Any good, thorough experiment. And with your help, we can get to the bottom of this. We can find answers to, am I attracted to the Jonas Brothers? Or do they just dress like lesbians?
Finally.
Somebody with the courage to say it.
Yeah, please fund this.
It's a real
it's
GoFundMe page. Please make your donation
For
today.
science. For science.
Today. So
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I guarantee you will not get in trouble with the IRS if you deduct your fully 100% deductible donation to science. Wow, I'm
thank you for
moved.
sharing.
I cried a lot during that presentation. And to bring us back up,
Yeah.
I am excited to
I am
bring to
too.
the stage one of my favorite comics, favorite people.
She's lovely.
She's lovely. She's performed at the All Jane Comedy Festival. She runs a very successful stand-up showcase at the Funhouse called Becky with the Good Jokes. She was a star of an EPIX special. They did a whole series called Unprotected Sets, where they showed comics doing their sets and then talked behind the scenes with them, and it's a fabulous, fabulous show. And she is the center of one of those, shot right here at Curious Comedy. Please welcome to the stage the hilarious and wonderful Becky Braunstein.
Give it up for the band. Yeah. That is nice. What's going on, guys? You guys having a good time tonight?
Yeah.
I'm excited too. I am originally from Alaska, Wow. I moved to Portland a few years ago, and it's weird being in America now. Very different. I moved to Portland to do comedy, and I'm very proud of myself for actually going through with it. You know what I mean? Because like back home, people are always talking about moving out of Alaska to go do whatever, you know, and like 9 times out of 10, they come right back. Just drenched in failure, you know? They're just like, oh, I'm gonna move to New York City and be a star on Broadway. Like, oh, honey, you inseminate reindeer for minimum wage. Just right back. Or they'll be like, I'm gonna move to Washington, D.C. and be the Vice President of the United States of America. Nope. Sarah Palin, of course, the second funniest Alaskan after myself. Man, she just won't stay gone, you know? Every time I think we've heard the last of old Sarah P., she just keeps popping up with something to say. Which is weird because not giving up has historically not been a strength for the Palins. Oh, snap! That's an absolute zinger back home in Alaska. I feel like I should explain. Sarah Palin quit halfway through her term as governor. Like, quit. Like, walked out the door. And then right after that, her husband, Todd Palin, scratched out of the Iron Dog snow machine race in the middle of the race. The only person in that family who can carry anything to term is Bristol. Say what you will about Bristol Palin, she follows through. I do live in Portland now. I love it. This is a great city. I love living here. I miss Alaska though sometimes. I mean, I feel like I fit in a little bit better there. You know, like I'm built for the winter. I'm loud enough to scare an animal. And I wear comfortable footwear at all times. And there is a reason for that. Because in Alaska, you gotta be ready to run for your life at any time. Like, life is intense up there. In Alaska, life is something that just happens to you. And you just gotta deal with whatever comes out of the darkness at you. You know what I mean? I once had a bear come to my front door when I lived in Alaska. Yeah, that'll put hair on your chest. I did. I heard the doorbell ringing one day. Like ringing off the hook, you know, like bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing, 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 bing. And I thought, okay, some Girl Scout troop's about to meet their out-of-pocket maximum. So I go to the front door to kill him. I look out the window, it's a goddamn bear ringing the doorbell with his snout. That's how crazy life is up there. You don't even have to go out into the woods to die in the wilderness. They are coming to you. Coming to the front door. Like goddamn Amazon Prime. I'm very lucky I get to travel a lot to do comedy. That is for sure my favorite thing. I like going to new places and like meeting weird people, you know. I was just recently in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Who dat?
Yeah, that was a trip, man. What a weird city. So much weirder than Portland. I went to the Voodoo Museum in New Orleans. I stopped by the gift shop on the way out. I bought a voodoo doll that looks exactly like me. So I painted a big smile on its face, put money in its pockets. I pulled out half the stuffing. We'll see how this goes. Just gotta believe in it. I met some interesting people in New Orleans, man. They got some colorful characters down there. I had never before in my life met a Cajun person until I went to New Orleans. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like swamp people? Yeah. Oh, God. They are my new favorite people. Oh, my God. There is nobody funnier on earth to have a conversation with than a Cajun. Because what'll happen is you'll be talking to them, and they will say the craziest thing you ever heard in your life, and then just keep talking like it's nothing. You know, like by the time your brain has processed what the hell you just heard, they're like 3 minutes into another conversation altogether, you know? Like, I had a Lyft driver in New Orleans who was very Cajun. He looked like he'd been living in a bottle at the bottom of the bayou for 40 years, you know, just white as a ghost, glowing red eyes like a possum, you know. I got in, he turned to me and he said, "How you liking it here in New Orleans?" And I was like, "Oh, it's great, you know, like I'm from Alaska, so to me this is like a huge city." And he goes, "You know this here like a big city to me too. I'm from the country. I grew up on an alligator and chicken farm. Oh, well, but this year we run out of alligator food, so now it's just an alligator farm." Now you see that park over there? There's gonna be a gumbo and jazz festival in that park tomorrow. You know I got a rat in my house. I think he mocking me. I've been setting out traps for him, and he finding my socks and washcloths, and he draping them over the traps like he building little bridges. Just a little rat civil engineer. Oh, he's laughing at me. I'm gonna park the car right there. You can cross the street, get to the hotel. He could have crashed the car into oncoming traffic. I'd give it 5 stars. I didn't want to get out. I wanted an encore. I'm Becky Braunstein. Thank you guys so much.
Keep it going for Becky Braunstein.
Here comes it. Here comes it.
Join us, my friend. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. That was so fun. Yeah, I used to watch the Cajun.
Whoa.
Wow, get
Put your
cozy.
feet up, yeah.
This is a sexy
Skilled
night.
couch rider.
Hi.
How's it going?
Do you need pillows or a little blanket?
Casual, real comfortable.
Yeah. Hi, I'm good. It's nice to see your pretty face.
Nice to see you as well.
I-
Thank you for having me.
Oh, always.
Forget about you. Elegant way to do this.
No, it's not.
There you go.
Yeah.
That works.
Nailing it.
That works.
Love you too.
Love you.
I'm a huge fan of you, Becky.
Really? I'm
Yeah.
a fan of yours.
Yeah. Hey, she's amazing. Give her a round of applause.
So, Becky, how long have you been doing stand-up altogether, would you say?
How long have you been figuring out this
Stand-up?
couch?
I know, like it's gonna be
How
all
long
night.
have you been sitting on couches?
Long time.
How about stand-up?
Stand-up. I've been doing stand-up for a little over 5 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been performing in general for forever. I started out as an actor, and then I did improv and sketch.
And that background helped you.
Balls.
Like, you're somebody who's kind of shot off with a lot of success pretty quickly, I would say.
Thank you.
A lot of people, a lot of comics would love to have had all the opportunities and successes you've earned in the 5 years that you've been doing comedy. It's very impressive.
I mean, yeah, I feel very good about the things that I've done, and I feel very fortunate, and I love what I do, so I feel like I'm putting like 1,000,000% of my energy and love and time into it, and like, thank God it's going somewhere. Can you imagine if it wasn't? Like,
I bet a lot of people
proud
can
of me.
imagine that.
I can't.
You're closing a show.
I know.
You're
It's going pretty well for me.
You're crushing it. Yeah, do you guys remember, did anyone remember the Cajun Chef? There used to be a Cajun Chef show.
Justin Wilson.
And he'd be like, put in the om-yum. So I'd be like,
One more cup of wine.
How
Yeah,
about
that guy, yeah.
om-yum?
Kick it up a notch. Bam.
Yeah, exactly. Kick it, that's
Yeah,
Emerald.
okay.
Different. He's Italian.
Yeah.
Emerald Lagasse? Is it Lagasse?
Lagasse.
Yeah,
I think
Lagasse.
he's-
Yeah, the Cajun Chef was more Cajun. But I've never said onion since then because om-yum.
Yeah.
So fun to say. Om-yum. Make it all spicy up in here.
Yeah.
So what's new? What's coming up? What do you got?
Just chilling. No, I have my monthly show, Becky with the Good Jokes,
Yeah,
which I
what-
host here in Portland
At the
at
Funhouse.
the Funhouse Lounge, and it's a wild, wacky like variety. There's a confetti finale at the end. There's video bits. There's musical guests. I do a lot of crazy crowd interaction.
Some prizes you usually give away.
Prizes, yeah, like for people sharing good news. Like it's kind of themed with positivity, and like people share good news from their life, and we all like laugh and clap and smile, and everyone goes home feeling good because that's what it's all about.
Yay! It's what we
Love it.
need. We need it. We need some positivity. Is it a regular month? Is it first somethings or last?
It's usually the last Saturday of the month, and we've had some like really good lineups. Like last month, we had like Ian Carmel and Emma Arnold drop in. Like
great.
We've had like amazing musical guests. This month in March, our musical guest is the returning lovely friend of the show, Jenny Conley from the Decemberists.
Amazing.
She's fantastic.
When can they see that this month?
Yeah, March 30th.
Great.
Yep, 10 p.m. Funhouse Lounge.
Awesome.
Becky with the good jokes. We're on the internet.
Yeah.
You know.
They can find
World
you.
Wide Web.
Great. Well, we want to play a game with you, Becky.
I would love that.
Are you ready?
Can we? Is it like a not on the couch game?
It is. We're going to stand up, so you'll feel more comfortable. It's a game that we call Pump It Up. All right. So we're gonna stand up. You want an audience member or Bill or what, Jay? For this
I want
one?
an audience member.
Okay,
Who's
so
good
this
with
is-
their hands? Who wants to pump it up?
Who wants to pump it up?
All right.
All right. Come on up.
Yeah. You're gonna stand right here. What's your name? Stephanie. Give it up for Stephanie. All right, we are
All
ready.
right, this is the last part of the show tonight is pumping it up, and please welcome to the stage our balloon boy.
I do kids' birthday parties.
I love that you're mic'd up in your underwear.
Well,
It's like gonna drag it down in the back there.
Oh, that's just my saggy ass.
Great. So what's gonna happen is Balloon Boy's gonna give us each a couple of balloons.
Here goes a couple of balloons.
And then we will have Becky, have you ever created any kind of balloon creation before?
No, I have not.
Jay, have you ever created a balloon creation before?
Zero.
Stephanie, do you have balloon shaping experience? You made a dog once. She's got an advantage. I'm gonna play too. You're in the Whoa!
Yikes!
I'm only gonna handle this side of my balloon. I don't want to catch anything from Balloon Boy. All right.
What, like barnacles?
These are all free-range balloons.
Okay. And we're gonna have 30 seconds. Anthony, if you could put 30 seconds. We have 30 seconds to make the best balloon creation we can with the skills we came into this world with. And then at the end, Balloon Boy, you will judge who is the best balloon maker. I can see you're good at it.
I'm just gonna dance for 30 seconds.
Okay, everybody ready? And if you need another balloon, Balloon Boy will bring you another one if your balloon pops or if you
don't
want
fuck
an
it up,
additional
though.
one. All right, everybody together, we're gonna say ready, set, go. Okay, ready? Ready, set, go!
Yeah. Oh! Got it!
Oh my God, I'm almost out of time.
6 seconds! Don't be shy, they're high-quality balloons.
Okay.
And time! And time!
Everybody stop. We'll start with Jay. We'll go down. Everyone say what you made.
From my
That's really good, Jay.
thanks. It's a sword. Is it? Yeah, thank you, audience member. Yeah. Yeah, sword.
Nice.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. A sword with
With a
some
little
issues.
dog on the end.
Yeah.
What's this? Is this a penis? Did you make a penis?
Hold on to that, Balloon Boy.
I needed it.
All right, you made a sword, Jay. Stephanie, what did you make?
It was supposed to be a llama.
A llama?
That's
You
a
don't-
great llama.
It's really good.
I'd make a
looks like
sweater
a
out of that.
With an attachment.
Yeah, it looks more like a dachshund shitting.
Or like with a
But
long
it's still
shit
good. It's
stuck
still
to its.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still good.
Very good.
Okay.
Wow.
Becky, what do you
Becky?
got? Oh.
The green balloon here is trapped within the purple balloon, which is a metaphor for our collective disappointment in our country as Americans.
She went there. She went there.
It's also an MC Escher painting.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Walter on the nanny. Yeah, it just sort of expresses like the sort of like helplessness that we all feel, and
If this is the kind of positivity
Wow.
you have in your show, Becky with the good jokes.
yeah. Oh God.
You
We've all broken free collectively.
We are free.
I don't know, Stacey. I think that might win with her. What's yours though?
Mine is an orchid.
Oh.
I don't know how familiar you all are with orchids, but this one's called a orange gem orchid. And if you look it up on the internet, which keep your phones away right now, but if you look it up later, this is exactly what an orange gem orchid looks like.
Well, I don't know. While it is scientifically accurate and very true, I think that, Becky, you had the most beautiful balloon because it represented our whole Earth. So your first place, you got second place with the dog with the shit on its leg. If you can duel with that,
No.
I'll give you. Okay, you're done. Yeah.
So I came in last place.
You came in last place. Yeah!